that connection doesn't always connect. Been doing it for a couple of years. Yes. Okay, let's see. We've got probably most people. Yeah. So nice. 813. Okay, let's just go for it. Let's see who's all's here.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Judge Person. I want to welcome everybody to the court and just let you know a few things before we get started. There is a person on the telephone that I'd like to find out who you are. So I'm sending that person an unmute request to just see if they could respond. And there you go, telephone person, just talking to your phone. What's your name?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Edna Tovar.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Tovar. We'll be right with you. There are a few people ahead of you in quote line, and you can't see the screen because you're on a telephone, but I can see you. Not you personally, but I can see your connection. So
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I do want to, but I do keep people muted till it's their turn, partly because it causes interference if I don't. There are a few things I want to let you know before we get started. Sorry, I'm also creating a breakout room.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Just stay muted, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then I'll call your name when it's your turn again. I do want to let folks know when you're given a ticket or issued a citation, those are all methods that we have under the law for accusing someone. That's what a ticket is. And when you give a plea, you're giving your answer or response to that accusation. And there are three options for pleading: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. There are a few dismissal options that might be available. I want to let you know specifically about, there are four of them. Compliance dismissals can be dismissed if the case is the type that the law specifies that. So it's just written in the law, and I'm looking for those, but you can ask me. The second one is there are dismissals that can be available for through a driver safety course program. And again, I'm looking to see if you're qualified to be in that program. There are deferred dispositions, and those are a way of getting a dismissal. You have to request that option at the time that you enter your plea. So guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. You would have to use words like that. Guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. And then there's teen court. Teen court is for students, high school, middle school, or homeschool. And with teen court, I'm looking again, I'm pushing a little on that one because it's a very effective tool for our young folks. It allows them to be responsible as opposed to, a parent just stepping forward and paying a ticket, which is, I'm more likely to see that person again. So that's really the 101. I have just a quick detail. Mr. Matson, are you able to get on screen and let folks know who you are? So I'm not sure. I think I might be having some technical difficulties with the prosecutor at this time. It happens. Are you there? There we go.
Sorry about that, Judge. I kept clicking this start video button and it wouldn't do it.
Yeah, no, I know we've, for whatever reason, there have been some technical difficulties with folks. So I could tell. Okay, so if Mr. Matson is the prosecutor for the city, and that makes him the equivalent of a district attorney. It's kind of like that, except at the city point of courts. And Mr. Matson, I just have one person here for you, Ricky Bender. Mr. Bender, can you get on screen? So it was working out, but his audio doesn't appear to be working. Mr. Bender? And his audio is not working. Mr. Bender, can you get on screen to let me know you can hear? So let's give it a few moments. He may try again. D'Angelo Ramirez isn't here yet. So we'll give it a few minutes, Mr. Matson. I'm going to go ahead and start with Haley Brown. Good morning, Haley Brown. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Good, good. I'm Judge Person. Is that Dad?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
And Dad, tell me your name.
Willie Brown.
Hi, Mr. Brown.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm Judge Person. So let's see. You were going to bring your license in. I think we're scheduled for today. You're on time for court. Do you have the license? This is from a
Yes,
May
ma'am.
31st stop.
Yes, ma'am. We emailed the clerk. The
What
copy.
time?
What time did we, yesterday at,
Okay.
just one moment, I'll tell you the exact.
It helps because I got to go look through that system.
Yes, ma'am. Just one moment. Trying to see the date time group. I can't see the time. I know I emailed on my email. I can't see the time, but we sent her her confirmed appointment.
What's it coming from? What email?
It should have came from snbrown0701@gmail.com.
We're looking. Was it morning, noon, or night? Any
It
idea?
was noon.
Okay. Are we able to look at, are you looking? Okay, we're looking. We'll be right back with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on. Is there a name associated with that? Like,
Haley Elizabeth Brown. My wife emailed it. Good afternoon, ma'am. In preparation for Haley's upcoming appearance tomorrow, we have attached documents for the judge. One is her certificate of completion of the required 6 hours driver's course and the appointment confirmation for her to obtain a permit. The 23rd of August is the soonest that we could get a surrounding DPS location. Please let me know if
August
you have any
15th?
information.
Is that August 15th?
August the 23rd.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Do you need the confirmation number, ma'am?
No, I don't, because I wouldn't have a way to look that up. Okay, there we go. We found it. Oh, this says Haley Navar. So that's different. Okay. That's why we weren't finding it. Huh? They probably haven't connected it to Haley Brown yet. Okay. All right. So what we need is an extension past the 23rd to keep
Yes, ma'am.
her in the running for that dismissal that we were looking for. Let's go ahead and schedule the 24th of August.
Okay, ma'am.
If I email this to you, using the email that we set the case up on for today, the email that you got, that you
Yes,
clicked
ma'am.
on. If I email it, can y'all print it and sign it and email it back? Or do you want to come by and sign here?
I'd rather come by and sign, ma'am.
Okay, what time works for you today?
Right after we get off.
Okay, I'm going to disconnect you and come on by. Well, they'll be looking for you with it's a simple signature for an extension, and it's Ms. Brown that needs to sign. You're welcome to come in too, Mr. Brown. We just want to keep you on time, Haley, because there's a compliance option but you have to stay on time, which means we need a signature today and then you appear on or before. So if you leave on the 23rd and you've gotten that permit, come straight from there and drop it off here. And that way on the 24th, it's real quick. Okay.
Yeah, it's at 3 p.m. I don't know if the court, if the clerk's office will be closed.
We'll just
'Cause it's
email.
on Fort, it's at Fort Cavazos.
Okay. I know I keep saying Fort Hood. It's changed. Okay, that's fine. Email it and then just get on the meeting in the morning and we'll look for it and make sure we've got it and got the dismissal going.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, thank you,
Sounds
ma'am.
like a plan. We'll see you shortly.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay, we've got a couple of people coming in. Let's see if we can get Mr. Bender's audio working. Because really, we need to get that meeting going. I had a phone caller come in a moment ago. I'm sending that person an unmute request. It's a local area code. Unfortunately, I've got a 612 phone number. Yeah, can you speak into the phone?
Hello,
Yes, what's your name?
Ricky Bender.
Okay, Mr. Bender, I'm gonna push your connection over to a meeting.
Okay,
Listen, I'm gonna push your connection over to a meeting with Mr. Matson. And y'all.
Okay.
So one thing you've got to learn about online meetings is that if one person's talking and the other person starts talking, nobody can be heard.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's just turn taking. Okay, I'm gonna move you.
Understand.
I'm gonna move you over to that meeting. Mr. Matson, that looks like he got moved over. Okay, so I'm gonna keep moving. Trinity Taylor, can you unmute and tell me how you're doing while I pull up your file?
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing good.
Okay, so we had you on a payment plan. Right now, income has stopped for right now. And I can go ahead and order community service per your request. Okay. It's 2 cases. We've already had pleas on them, so I don't need to trouble you with doing that part. You're in Temple. Do you have a way to come over to the court today?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, it's just 28 hours for both cases together total. Okay, and I have a list of places local where you can do the work. They're already pre-approved. It's pretty no hassle. If you need, or if you find that there's one that you're wanting to use that isn't on my list, you have to get it pre-approved. And I require that we do that in the first 2 weeks. So the pre-approval date would be August 24th. The due date for the 28 hours is not going to be until October 10th. And I'll give you a list when you're here, a list of places, a list of rules, and a timesheet to keep track of your hours. What you're doing is working out in the community, getting credit here at the court for your fines and costs. Do you have any questions about what we're doing?
No, ma'am.
Okay. What time should we look for you here? There's one quick form for you to sign and then kind of a packet that we'll give you. And that way it's simple.
I can come in at 1:30. I have a college morning class that ends at 12.
That'll be very fine. We'll see you around 1:30. When you get here, you know where the court is, where you came before, and you just come in. It's about 5 minutes of your time, and then you're good to go. You don't have to delay and turn it in later. You can, when you get it done, if you get it done early, turn it in on your but before your due date, whenever you're done. If you aren't ready to turn everything in by your due date, drop off what you've got, drop me a letter and let me know how much more time you need. And I'll work with you if I can, but I do want to see progress. And just keep in mind that that pre-approval process is out there for anything that you're going to do that's not on the list. But we do that early because we want to have time to check it, make sure you're not wasting your time. And then, you still have plenty of time to get things done. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll see you soon. Okay, Ms. Taylor.
Thank you so much.
I hope everything that is not going well right now is temporary for you, but this is how we handle our part of it with you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Bye-bye. And I'm going to try to do this justice. Gymnasi Williams. Is that how you say your name? Okay. I don't have any audio on you, ma'am. I'm going to try to chat and see. Let's see if that helps. This is for Haley Brown. I'm sorry, I forgot to pass that over. Okay, Edna Tovar, are you able to unmute and talk to me?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Hi, how are you today?
Oh, I've been sick, Judge.
Okay, what's the illness?
Oh, I've had heart problems all my life, but they really started attacking me lately. They had to put me back on nitroglycerin.
Okay, do you go to church?
No, I haven't been to church in a while, ma'am. It's been a few years, I'm not gonna lie.
That's okay. It's not my, I'm not trying to get in your business. I'm trying to think about community service and whether there are some options that might be available that are easier. I have a list of places where you can do the community service. What I'm going to say is there's a couple of things I want you to know before we go that direction. I'm going to order community service for your cases. It's 86 hours, but you have a disability. So I'm going to cut that in half, and that turns into 43 hours.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I have a list of places where you can do the work, and they're pre-approved. And I want you to come by today and sign a paper and get your community service list of places, right? And then there's a list of places. There are some instructions. There is actually a timesheet to keep track of your hours. And then the biggest thing, Ms. Tovar, is, you get them verified and turn them in on time. Right now, it's a due date of October 10th.
Yes, ma'am.
If there's any place that you're trying to go that's a nonprofit and you'd like me to consider approving it, that's a pre-approval process. And we do that within the first 2 weeks, August 24th. And so that's also something for you to think about. The next thing I want to tell you is if you have concerns that maybe you can't do anything that's on the list of places, you need to talk to your doctor about it and ask your doctor if he or she will give you a doctor's note letting me know that you can't do your community service, or, when you could do it.
Return to main session.
What I'll tell you is that if you need to have more time, that's easy. But if your doctor puts something in a note and I need to give you some adjustments there, bring me a note or a letter and I'll look at it and see what I need or can do. Okay. Ms. Tovar. So we were going quite well because I could hear you. Now you've muted yourself.
I'm sorry, Miss.
Here, it's okay.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to tell you, yes, ma'am, I can do my community service hours. I mean, I have no problem. And I was thinking like I've done community service hours before at Feed the Sheep.
Yes.
Everybody knows me very well there.
Okay. Well,
Casey and Jeff, they all know me. So, I mean, they work with me very well.
okay. So I want to let you know they're on my list of places. So that's going to work very well. Can I ask you can you come by the court and at what time today?
As soon as we hang up, ma'am, as soon as I get through, I can take off over there.
Okay. Well, then that's going to be now because I'm going to hang up and you can make your way over. Okay.
Miss Judge, may I ask you something?
You may.
Mr. Jeff, the code enforcement officer,
Yes.
if you could please tell him if he's going to charge me for rubbish, he can at least send me the papers like they do to everybody. You know, you got rubbish, this is your rubbish. You got so many days to clean it up. He doesn't even send me that. He just sends me ticket after ticket after ticket.
So I want to let you know a couple of things. Okay. First of all, he's not my employee, so I don't have a way to give him direction. You do need to call code enforcement and talk to his supervisor, who is Tom Dickerson. Okay.
Tom who?
Dickerson. Tom Dickerson.
Yes, ma'am.
The next thing I want to let you know is that once they send you, a note, I think they have 6 months or a year, to where, they don't have to send you more letters.
Right. But this is my first rubbish ticket under my name.
Oh, I have several here. And once you get one, they can ticket you for about a year. Let me give you the phone number.
Yeah, well, see, he was sending my father rubbish tickets. And then he started sending, so I'll do the community service. I'm not being rebellious. If I had the rubbish, ma'am, I understand. I'll pay, or I'll do the community service. But I just want them to be fair with me too,
I understand that. I think what you're going to find is that they're following the policies they have, and there's a disconnect in understanding, like on your side, because one thing that they do, for example, is if the property is listed to a one person, like with the tax rolls, they send the letter to the address. Hold on and allow me to finish. They send the letter to the address that is on the tax roll, unless they have a different reason. They can charge the owner and a renter. They can charge the owner and a tenant. They can just charge a tenant. They can just charge an owner. So you just need to be aware of that. Do you want their telephone number?
Yes, ma'am.
254
Yes.
298 5670.
5670.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
okay. I'll let you go.
Yes, ma'am. Have a blessed one.
You're coming by the court now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Matson, I know you were talking to Mr. Bender, so let's get an update of where we are now.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
Honor. Mr. Bender has agreed to change his plea to no contest in exchange for the fine on the ticket being reduced to $50. That will bring the total balance to $126.
Okay, and when is that getting paid?
Mr. Bender indicated he would be able to do that within 30 days, and based on what he told me, I believe they might be coming by sometime today to do that.
Okay, Mr. Bender, are you coming by today to make payment?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, we'll see you at the window. I will do that reduction before you get here.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
What time are you coming by?
for as soon as we hang the phone up.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
I just right around the corner.
Okay, well, we should have things ready by the time you get here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
And you too.
She's good. I remember her, man. She told me, I said, I haven't seen you in a
Mr. Matson, you're good to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Williams, are you able to unmute and tell me how you're doing? So I can't hear you just yet.
Can you hear me now?
I sure can. How are you?
I'm woke for you, Judge. I'm here.
Okay, so there's a speeding charge. The fines and costs, if you paid it, are $259, and I did receive a no contest plea. Excuse me. And I do show that you're eligible for me to order community service. You're in the Fort Worth area. So the way that that would work is I would make the order, and then that would be for 13 hours.
Okay.
And then you're gonna want to, you're living up there now, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. I live here altogether. I was passing through the county.
Okay, that's fine. I don't need you to come back here to do it, though. What you do is I give you a pre-approval date, which is just 2 weeks, okay? Because I want to try to get it approved and still have plenty of time for you to get it done. Pre-approval is by August 24th. And then the next thing is the due date will be October 10th. And with the pre-approval, what you'll see from my directions is that it's going to be, any nonprofit, they need to have up-to-date nonprofit status, and they need to be willing to say that they will help by signing off on your paperwork. Just to validate your hours. It's like a work timesheet. Nonprofits should be friendly to that for the simple fact that if they have volunteers, they're legally required to keep track of those hours for tax purposes. So it shouldn't be a problem, but I've given you extra time for getting the hours done, but just finding a place, food banks are a good idea. Churches, municipal services, sometimes, animal places, just, libraries, public schools, let's see. Yeah, food banks, shelters, anything like that. Do you have something in mind?
Not really, ma'am. I don't go outside much during the daytime. I work at night. So if you can suggest something that's
you might try Goodwill. You might try,
yeah, I'll give them a call today. I have 2 down the street.
you might try the Salvation Army, the Red Cross, the United Way. Try those kinds of places. We're
Yes,
gonna email everything to you. And then I need a signature on one form that is just a waiver form. And you'll print it and sign it and email it back.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I need that today. Do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am. It all sounds clear.
It's pretty straightforward. The thing that happens for people that they get sideways on it, 2 things. One is they don't read what we send them, and then they don't do what it says. And then they say, why are you making me do it this way? And I say, it's right there. And it's just, all it does is track the law. The things I'm required legally to do are in there as a set of directions, basically. And then the second thing that happens is people miss their deadlines. They go, well, I didn't know I had to turn it in. Yeah, you do. It's a due date. October 10th is the due date. The pre-approval is August 24th. So get it pre-approved and then just get it turned in. You don't have to wait till the 10th of October. If you get it done in 3 weeks, turn it in. I'll see balance, and you'll be done with us. If you can't get it done on time, you have a duty to communicate and either show up at the court or appear in some way that lets me continue to work with you. Okay. All right. Any questions?
No, ma'am. I'll get that form signed and I'll get it back to you.
Thank you. You stay well.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You. Bye-bye.